Let's make these babies cry. Let's go.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's go now. 50, plant. Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Hey, lock it. Get it.
Throwing on second down. Minshew. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
17 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 yours. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless showing no mercy. Flies in for the sack.
Hey, let's go.
Second down.
Yo, 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 go. Go now.
To try again after the sack. Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Whitney Merciless able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Hey, exit.
Throwing on second and long. Minshew. And he completes it to Westbrook. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. That's going to be caught. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about it.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Texans nothing. Josh Lambeau, the kickoff for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 16.
55 to Mike. 65. 65. Hey, check Mike.
Now it's Watson. He finds Kalen Ballage, his running back. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing again on second down. Watson, the catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
48-31. It's just me.
Watson on first down. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we gonna make the 48 right now. Let's go. 3 bud. Check. The mic. Check. 48's the mic. Mike.
On first and 10, Watson. And Thomas has it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a second down and 2 coming up. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a second down and 2 coming up. Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Alert flare. No. 54.
From the 50, it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
Shit! Watch the shit! 26!
Throwing on third down, Watson. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Hey, Charlie! 55, mark, 55. Let's go.
On second down, Minshew. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on third down. Off play action, it's Minshew. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're
under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Watson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Josh Allen. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage, and he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. A quick throw complete to Chark. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Look at me, zipper.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line.
1st down.
Go now. 90 Wolf. Here we go, D. Get off the field. 5.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
His throw caught. at about the 5. The end result, 21 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game.
And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 21-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football.
Let's just call that play exactly what it is. Needed, because they wanted to get back in the game, and they knocked the ball free, and now they have a chance to do exactly that.
They got the chance. Now they have to take advantage. The drive begins with a run by Dixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check. Lucky. Put it down. In the car.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Watson now on 3rd down. And some room to roam now. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette as the first half is winding down. Yeah, they've got the cushion. This.
All right.
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. You're going to that portion of the sheet that says.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him. On 1st down, it's Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. It in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 81.
Downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback. Doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Watch the screen.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Teams always want to send messages. I think that was quite a statement there to start the third quarter.
Yeah, less than a minute in. Already that quick, long strike. They are setting the tone for the second half.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs. Looking to throw on second down. Watson, it's complete to Fuller. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Banjo, banjo. 48. 48, Mike. No chance.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Balaj. And a cut to the right and some open field here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
You. 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. Throwing again is Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
It finds his target, Fuller. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
47, 19. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the Jaguars' 6-yard line.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Chance. I got him. On me. Hey, alert 48.
Now Balaz. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Watch the safety creep. Alert 3. 64. Big dash. 64. Weak.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. So on 4th down, Texan kicker KYLIE Fairbairn comes on. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
2-yard attempt.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. The open man is Shark. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
49, Texans 10. Josh Lambeau to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 40.
Sponge. Hey, 31. No. Hey, 59! Hayward. Hey, 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Hey, line up, let's go.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's got Fuller. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Dixon running from the shotgun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll run here with Balaj. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Hey, 24. 29 is the mic. Mike 20. Look small. I'm on. 29 is the mic. Mike 29. Let's go. 29 is the mic.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football.
Down. 70, Indy. Watch twist. Protein spell. Ready?
After the penalty, it's Fournette. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
53, Mike, 53.
Greystone, travel.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's up.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Baby, it's game, baby.
Lambo on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Jaguars 56, Texans 10. Josh Lambo will kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Watson now to throw. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop. Again, it's Fournette. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Let's get it. 53's the mic. 53's the mic.
Hey, Zoo.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
They'll start the drive with Dixon. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Here I come again.
Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
24. Hey, we got to stop.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
He's checking. Crash.
24.
Again, it's Watson. He's going to let it fly. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 59. Another time now.
Watson throwing again. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry